and this station.
Looking for something unique to do in Little Rock? Head to the Museum of Discovery. Explore hands-on exhibits, try real science experiments, and meet live animals up close. Little ones will love the Small Fry Fish Camp Gallery, designed just for early learners. Catch an electrifying bipolar musical Tesla coil show or live science demonstration during your visit. And with special events happening all the time, there's always something new to experience for all ages. So plan your visit and check out upcoming events at museumofdiscovery.org.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz. Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services, serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years. They're your small to mid-sized specialist. When you need someone to service your fleet and get your employees back on the road quick, call 501-375-3672.
What's up, everybody? Glad you're with us for Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin. Wide open Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Joe, was it a good weekend for you?
It was a great weekend. Got some rest for once and didn't have to do a lot of running around. So that's something that always looking forward to, and finally fulfilled it, got to live that.
Thanks to the World Cup, at least there was a little something to watch on TV. Had a little golf, and it was a good leaderboard with Scotty Scheffler and Victor Hovland. By the way, Victor Hovland won it earlier today. They had to go into a playoff, and yesterday with rain, and it was a mess at the Travelers. They had to finish it this morning, and it was one hole, and they were done.
Norwegian fans were really happy about that.
Oh, my gosh, that was cool. Saturday, I just worked around the house, did some odds and ends, and grilled out, and I turned on the golf and watched almost all of Saturday's, I would say probably from start to finish, whether I caught the end while it was happening, and then later on that night on the Golf Channel watching the rebroadcast. And to see all those Norwegian fans there rowing the boat, they were having a blast. It created a great environment at just a normal tour event, the Travelers Championship. Now, they do a great job at the Travelers Championship, and it's usually well attended. But
it's an elevated event now, too.
Yeah, it was a great field and pretty fun to watch. Yesterday, I played golf, so I didn't do a whole lot of watching TV, but we were talking about it after our round. There's just not a lot to watch right now on TV unless you're a World Cup fan.
It was a WNBA game that went 4 overtimes yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was incredible in itself, because I want to say, I forgot how many they said in history, but over the course of 30 years, I think that may have been the 5th game they got to that. And even amazing that it's been 5 of those, because 4 overtimes, that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Has there ever been a 5 overtime game?
I'm not sure.
Maybe that would tie a record. Right now, you have Brazil and Japan, and the story is Japan. They scored in the first half. They are now in the second half, just starting the second half, 46th minute. And Japan, nice play, had a steal around midfield, and the guy just kept going through traffic and pulled up, fired a rocket, caught the corner, and scored a goal in Japan in Houston. I know they had taken over Dallas, and I think a lot of their fans just hopped on a chartered bus or caught a quick flight to Houston, and they have a lot of fans there. But it looks like pretty well attended. I see some open seats there around midfield. But
all these games have been well attended. They've been sold out. I mean, that's what you get from World Cup. You get fans from all over the world supporting their teams, their countries, and it's a big-time event.
Can these fans just come and stay for weeks? Or you think they're coming and going, and it's just a different group of fans we see for their next game?
Oh, they're coming in and staying for a while. Because most of the time when you travel abroad anyway, you stay for a while.
Yeah, to take a depending, I guess, where they're flying from. But it could be a 15, 20-hour flight, and you don't want to turn around and just see one game and then go back. But, got a little push in the back. But, yeah, it is. It's been pretty cool to see all these crowds, all these stadiums, football stadiums filled with soccer fans. And this one, they're playing in Houston at NRG Stadium. We got to wait till Thursday for the Americans to play next?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, July 1st.
That's a little better. I was thinking in my mind it was all set for Thursday again. It's Wednesday. And then if they win, it's July 4th. Is that set?
I think it is July 4th.
That
so
would be cool.
So now what you have is in knockout stages, you have less time in between matches. So that's where it gets really intense. That with some of the training and the days off, you don't have as much time anymore.
It was a good weekend for Ryan Silverfield and the Razorbacks, almost a perfect weekend. Richard Davenport was with us on Thursday and told us about 3 potential commits, 3 guys to keep an eye on. They got the first one, the cornerback out of Mississippi. They beat Ole Miss and Mississippi State for the cornerback. He committed on Thursday. Then on Friday, the Texas linebacker committed to Arkansas. Bryce Breeden's his name, and as a junior racked up a ton of tackles and was in the his district MVP as the linebacker, and chose Arkansas over a pretty good offer list. And then Saturday they just missed out on the trifecta. The wide receiver A1 Mosley, that was his Twitter account. A1 decided to go to Ole Miss.
Oh no!
Yeah, so A1 is ketchup to us now. He is just a different sauce. But yeah, it's still a good weekend for Coach Silverfield to pick up two more commitments. Also, speaking of trifectas, I'll tell you, Lance Gassaway had a good weekend. You know, Lance is part of the ownership that had Mystic Dan that won the Kentucky Derby. And when I was on my way to the beach not too long ago, I was driving through Gould, and you know that's close to Lance's neck of the woods, and it reminds me of Lance, and so I texted Lance just to check up on how he was doing and how his horses were doing, and he told me that Mystic Dan had been bred to I think it was 110. I'll pull up that text. Yeah, 110 mares. So they were hopeful they were going to have some nice babies from him. And he was telling me that a couple of his other horses were getting ready to run, and they ran this weekend at Churchill. Blackout Time and Twinkletown ran on Saturday. And Twinkletown is his hopeful next big 2-year-old, will turn 3, at the beginning of the year. And Twinkletown ran in its first race and won going away. Very impressive looking horse.
Oh, that's great.
And won there at Churchill Downs later in the day. Blackout Time made his return to the track. Blackout Time, remember, that was the horse that we talked about last year in the big race that was scratched by the vet, and they were very hopeful of that 2-year-old, and it set the 3-year-old campaign behind. And with being on the vet's list, he couldn't do anything for 60 days. And then
Lance was really excited in talking about Blackout Time. Whenever we would talk about Mystic Dan and what else was there in the stable, he was really excited about Blackout Time.
And then Blackout Time had another setback. It was just a hoof problem that he was missing, or had to take off I think a quarter of his hoof. It's kind of like a fingernail for us. It's not a painful thing, but you just got to wait for that thing to heal. And it had healed and been training and felt like he was training well, and was entered in the race this weekend. And Blackout Time looked like Blackout Time of old. Man, that horse was dynamic. Won the race with ease, and so Lance went for the Gassaway Connections. I think it's G4 Racing. Picked up a couple of wins on Saturday, and then Gould's Gold ran yesterday, hoping to make it a perfect trifecta, but Gould's Gold came in third. I wish the jockey would have sent it a little earlier. He was coming from behind, and he was passing horses left and right, but just ran out of time and couldn't catch the leaders. But still a really good weekend for the Gassaways, and 2 horses winning, and Gould's Gold picking up a third-place finish. That was one of the things I was able to do on Saturday because it was a big weekend at Churchill. It was their closing weekend. And they had a lot of stakes races, a lot of big-time horses. Whiteaberrio, remember we talked about Whiteaberrio when he won that huge race at Oaklawn, probably back in May. It was kind of a rematch with all those horses, and they ran in the big race at Churchill Saturday, and Whiteaberrio finished back this time, did not win it, but it was a good day of racing, so it was a little fun. And even though it wasn't one of the Triple Crown races, Still a lot of good horses were running at Churchill, so I got to watch a little of the races on Saturday.
You know, some of the other pro sports that we've talked about that have kind of gotten a focus and probably more in the forefront now that these leagues are being established. Softball, AUSL, and Premier Lacrosse League, they had games over the weekend that were televised. So we're getting to that point of the year where you see some of those sports that haven't been pro sports and haven't been options for those athletes to become pros for a long time, but now they're available within the last few years. This is their time of the year to get some TV exposure.
Tell you, the Razorback softball Twitter account is really good about tweeting out some highlights from the soccer league or the softball leagues of some of their former players, and they've been having a lot of success. Brazil it was a little fortune for Japan. They were just shot after shot right out there at the goal, and the goalie was out of place, and the ball hit one of the Japanese defenders at the goal line and bounced off his body. And then they got another ricochet kick, and it bounced off of another body. And then Japan gets it kind of a fast break in basketball after a rebound. They take off running and going the other way, and they get a shot at goal.
What's the time you have there?
I have 54-15.
Okay, so it's ahead.
I'm just a hair ahead of you.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good one going on right now on the Big Fox. I think Fox has just pretty much turned it over to World Cup. They just go straight network programming for a lot of these games, just game after game after game.
You know why? A lot of money involved.
A lot of people
that's
watching.
That's the way to go about it.
A lot of advertising, and so makes sense to blow out the coverage, and that's pretty much what they've been doing.
And there's a wonder about hydration breaks. That's what hydration breaks are for.
Working a couple more commercials?
That's exactly what it's for.
Okay. Some NBA news, and we're going to talk some NBA today. Joe Klein is going to be in the studio, and Brazil just got the tire.
Okay, so no, I'm ahead of you then, actually.
Okay. I'm at 55-12.
Okay, yeah. Yep, I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, they just entered it in, a little header right into the back of the net. So we got a ball game.
Oh, watch the guy's celebration here in just a sec. They're probably going to show the entire squad, show some crowd views, and then when they cut to him, his celebration. Something kids will appreciate.
I tell you what, soccer's not the only one. It's gotten that way for other sports.
Look, there he is.
Oh, okay. I want to see a replay a little quicker. It drives me crazy. They go to me too much celebration, too much crowd shots, and I'm like, how did this just happen? I want to see it.
They're wasting time. Like, since the clock is counting, it's like this doesn't count as stoppage time. This just counts as, okay, we scored, we get to flex a little bit, celebrate, and we get to rest a bit before we put the ball back in play.
I think the goalie should have had his hands up right there.
Got kids crying because they're so happy about it.
Well, I'm good now. I like all these celebration shots after we've seen 3 replays, but give me the replay just a little sooner.
Well, if you get the replay, you're going to miss the celebrations. You got to see the celebrations and then the replay.
These are all recorded. They got these.
Yeah,
they're not recording all these.
They're not going to show a replay of a celebration.
No, those were just now. They were in slow motion.
They'll show that live, and then they'll show the replay, and you get celebrations after that. Maybe some more.
There's been a lot of NBA. That's what I was about to say. The NBA knows. Joe Klein's coming in the studio. He'll be here from 1:30 to about 2:30. We can talk to him about Acuff going to Sacramento. He knows a thing or two about Sacramento. Acuff arrived to Sacramento, and I tell you what, there were fans waiting for him at the airport. And some of the Sacramento reporters that were there to cover his arrival tweeted out, Acuff signed and shook every single kid's hand there. They were like, that was impressive. So Acuff has made it to Sacramento, and I think the other draft picks arrived too, and I guess they'll be having their introductory press conference, but we'll talk to Joe about that. Bill Ingram's coming in the studio also at 2:30 today. Bill, I got to break the news to Bill about the Isaiah Joe trade, and Brazil almost scored again, back-to-back, and it hit the goalpost. I got to break the Isaiah Joe news to Bill
Friday.
Friday.
Got a hand on it,
and
that's why
he is going to come in the studio today to give us his thoughts on Isaiah moving from Oklahoma City to Detroit.
Yeah, goalie had a lot to do with that. Got a hand on it. If he didn't, then it would have gotten inside the post.
Just got enough on it, deflected it off of his thumb, and knocked it a couple of inches. And that's the difference. It hit square on the goalpost. If he doesn't deflect it, hits on the inside of the goalpost and goes in. Brazil has turned up the heat all of a sudden. But the NBA news I was telling you about, Marcus Smart has declined his $5.4 million option, will become a free agent.
Of course he did. He wants more than that.
Do you think he's going to renegotiate with the Lakers in hopes of staying with L.A., or he's going to become a free agent and who knows where he goes?
Well, he's a free agent, and he just wants to get whatever he feels like is the best deal out there for him. Now, I think he would love to stay there, and maybe it would have something to do with LeBron if he stays also. But he wants to be a part of a winner. He has been a part of a winner before, and now he wants to get back to a championship-level team, a team that is competing for titles.
And Miami made sure they kept Andrew Wiggins around. He is going to sign a 3-year, $64 million deal. So Andrew Wiggins will team up with Giannis and Bam Adebayo and Bobby Portis in Miami. So that was big for Miami to keep him.
Yeah, on a seems like a bit of a discount.
And then the other news, I saw this earlier, and it was this morning. And honestly, as a Mavericks fan, I didn't know how to feel about it. And that's Kawhi possibly being reunited with his former GM in Dallas.
Kawhi is a fantastic player. Now, he's older, and the thing you always worry about him is he going to be healthy at the right time during that stretch run in the season going into postseason? But other than that, he's giving you everything. He's a 3-and-D player who can be the lead player on a team. And we've talked about that actually is rare, that you have that type of player who's going to be a 3-and-D, true 3-and-D, but also be best player on the team. And I'm not saying in this case that he would be in Dallas because you have Kyrie, you have Cooper Flagg who's coming into his own, but, I mean, from what Kawhi has shown in the league so far, he can be that guy.
Yeah, now, after the talk from the Dallas side of things, there is a discussion of Kawhi going to Toronto.
That was always a possibility of him eventually making his way back to Toronto and Raptors, where he was part of a championship team and led that team.
Mm-hmm. So there's free agency news, a lot of news in the NBA with guys either staying or possibly being traded. We were talking about Sacramento earlier. Zach LaVine is going to opt in his $49 million player option.
Once again, of course he is. Like, you opt out of $5 million to get paid more. You opt in to $45 million because you probably aren't going to get paid more than that.
But they said he could be on the trading block, that Sacramento may be looking to unload him.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You opt in so your money's guaranteed, and then you can go wherever.
What about Draymond Green, though? He is declining his $27.7 million player option to become a free agent.
He wants more money. That's why he's declining that option. Because when he signed the deal, it was a good deal for him, but it also was team friendly. And at this point, does he think there's more out there? Maybe not extremely a lot more, but maybe get him over $30 million.
Sham says this move will give the Warriors flexibility to pursue LeBron James in free agency and Anthony Davis via a trade to form a Big Four.
And then there it is that Dre could be doing that to help the team, and that essentially secures his spot there, as opposed to you get those guys in, and now he's on the trade block. So they've had some conversations, and maybe this is what they feel like is the best option, not only for Dre, but for the team, for him to stay put.
And What I was reading, it was Jimmy Butler for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler would seem to be the odd man out, where at one time they talked about Steph, Dre, Bron, Jimmy Butler, but these more recent conversations has been about Jimmy Butler being the odd man out and having those two core guys, Dre and Steph, that have always been there. Then you bring in Bron and somebody else. And in this case, they're talking Anthony Davis.
Well, that's pretty cool. While we were just talking about the Clippers, they have just introduced Darius Acuff Jr., Alex Caravan, and Emmanuel Sharp. They are on the stage talking with the media right now.
You say Clippers?
Kings.
Okay.
Did I say Clippers?
You did.
Sorry. The Kings are having their press conference right now with Acuff.
I was going to say, did something happen that we didn't know about?
I mean, there are all kinds of moves going on. No, I just misspoke. All right, we'll take a break. Joe Klein's headed in. We'll talk to him, talk a little NBA, the draft. We'll take some phone calls, 661-1037. I'll check the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Yeah, we got some coming in right now. I'll catch up with those, too. Glad you're with us. It's going to be a fun Monday. Stick around. Out of Bounds is just getting started.
Arkansas's Best Chevy Dealers presents Kevin Bohannon each week on Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer on 103.7 The Buzz. Chevrolet. Together. Let's drive.
This is SportsCenter.
After some drama last night in the Travelers Championship, Victor Hovland beat the world number 1 Scotty Scheffler on the first playoff hole this morning. After Scheffler made an 8-foot par putt in almost darkness last night to force the playoff, Hovland won it today with a 7-foot birdie putt to win the tournament and the $3.6 million payout at 21 under par. And in Major League Baseball, Conway native Jordan Wicks got the save for the Chicago Cubs last night in his first game since May 31st. He pitched a scoreless inning in the bottom of the 10th and got a bases-loaded 5-4-3 double play to earn the save and give the Cubs an extra inning win over their division rival, Milwaukee Brewers. I am Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot.
Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
He's dribbling the ball with everything on the line. He's driving down the pitch. He's facing price hikes and cuts past him. Carrier Contracts tries to block him. Oh, he leaves him in the dust. He's at the edge of the box. He cuts past the nonstop group chat trash talk. He clears on goal. He shoots. Goal! Unlimited data for $25 a month forever!
Visit your local Boost Mobile store today to get unlimited data with a price that never changes. Boost Mobile. After 30 GB, customers may experience lower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
And the match is about to begin. Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
What you really like, maybe I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight, just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake and the heat between your legs. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone.
Welcome back, Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin, and Joe Klein in here. Joe giving me a little therapy after my golf game.
It's venting. That's not therapy. That's venting.
No, you helped. You helped. It's golf. Golf's hard, especially for us since we don't play every day.
Yeah. And then you go out and it's 100. Feels like 170.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't think it was too bad yesterday.
You had
the wind made it
saved
tolerable.
Yeah.
There are a couple holes on the back where you're down a little bit and the trees block it and it gets a little sticky.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that wind was normally in golf you don't want any wind, but yesterday it was.
Yeah, yesterday it felt good. Anytime it hit, it was welcomed.
And even sitting on the patio afterwards,
Yep.
still hot, but that wind blowing made it
good.
very nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, we had a fun week, and Joe and I were just talking about all the rumored trades and the movements and free agents and opting out and opting in their contracts. It's a busy time in the NBA.
Yeah, all heck's going to break loose tomorrow. A lot of stuff will get started or done. It's already been started.
Oh, yeah. What do they call it? Legal tampering?
Yeah, I love that term. That's what are we doing?
Yeah.
Just open it up, man. Just, legal tampering.
Yeah. Well, all these leagues, they have when their official league year starts, and so they allow teams to negotiate in that window a few days before.
Get a little head start.
Yeah. I mean, because these deals aren't final until they are. Because we've seen some that they say this is what's going to happen or this is what's proposed, and then they go back on it at times.
Yeah, it's like the whole the one I'm getting right now is that I kind of like. I can see LeBron maybe going to the Warriors if he's gonna take the discount thing and do the discount thing, but they're saying also that they're gonna get Anthony Davis for Jimmy Butler. Now, if you're the Wizards,
here, go.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why?
Butler's hurt.
Anthony Davis
stays hurt.
But he's not hurt. I mean, he might play. Butler may not play next year at all.
At all?
Yeah.
He's going to miss the entire year?
I mean, I've heard that. They were saying that if he stayed with the Warriors, they would not expect him till around the end of the year.
Yeah. Just
end of this year or the end of the season.
End
maybe
end of the season.
Unloading salary. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's their plan.
But I mean, again, I don't know why the Wizards would. Why would you take that on? I mean, you got to get something in return, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's $58 million. It's just like, yeah, we'll pay it for
Maybe
you.
they're looking long term over the next 5 years. Who's going to play more games?
I just was trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, I can see the Warriors taking him because, as you always do with Anthony Davis, as the Mavericks did and everybody else, and the Lakers did, and you're hoping, and so I mean, but
maybe get some picks in return also.
yeah, I mean, I just was, but again, I don't
Wizards, think about what they just did. They just took 2 injured players at the end of the season, Trae Young and Anthony Davis, and now if they do happen to make this move and move on from him, it'd have to be some kind of benefit for them.
And I'm not I got nothing against him. I'm just, I'm not giving Trae Young what they gave him. What they gave him, $250 million.
Mhm.
He's, to me, he doesn't move the needle. I mean, he's a guy that gets numbers and does anything, but what he does doesn't. You're trying to win big. If you're playing somebody that kind of money, you're trying to think he's going to help us win big. And I just, he doesn't move the needle for me whatsoever.
I think they're confident in that front line that they put together here recently, especially with DeBonsa and draft picks. They're confident in how they're putting that roster together like that. And it could be a reflection on he's not Jalen Brunson, but we just saw a small guard lead a team to a championship. And you know how that is. That can be a domino effect at times where, okay, we're going to put this blueprint in place and we're going to try to repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm reading, Butler is trying to use this season to prove he can still play after coming off the ACL injury. So it made it sound like he's –
that would be – if he's – I was listening to some NBA guy a couple of days ago, and they were like, yeah, I don't know. He was kind of reiterating what I thought. He's not going to be available till late in the year. So
maybe it means this year, like in December.
I thought he was implying the playoffs.
Season, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, when did he get hurt? Because he did a Achilles, right?
I thought it was ACL.
ACL. Okay, well, that's different than I thought. That's 9 months.
January 19th.
Yeah, it may be end of this year then.
Yeah, then I thought he got hurt later, and I thought it was an Achilles.
The surgery was performed on February 9th.
So yeah, that
put him in November, maybe
late in the year.
So it's typical 8-12 months for recovery.
Okay,
so
he would.
End of this year.
Worst case scenario, probably end of January.
But this is the last year of his contract, so that may be attractive too to open up all that cap space if they don't want to keep Jimmy Butler.
Right.
So
and he'd be able to play for him.
Yeah.
So okay.
Let me ask you, because Darius Acuff right now is meeting with the media in Sacramento. He flew in, and they're having a press conference right now. When you heard the news Tuesday night, he was drafted by Sacramento, what went through your head?
Well, 2 things. Oh, no. And
did you say no? Or
oh
no.
No. But
no, did you really say oh no, or was it oh?
Well, I'd heard Brooklyn or Sacramento. So
between those two, though, Joe, because we talked about
Sacramento.
Nets.
Sacramento's better.
It's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I don't know what Brooklyn's doing. They don't. First of all, the fact that they took Mikal, was it Brown?
Mm-hmm.
They took him over Acuff is perplexing, to say the least, to me. I mean, it's not even close, in my opinion. Now, I saw him play Louisville up on the hill in December, and again, they're both young players and all this, but at that point, watching both of them, it wasn't even close. I mean, to me, by far, because I'd heard this kid was rated above Acuff, and that, when I was sitting there watching it, I was like, I'd like to see, who's doing the rating. Mikal Brown's mom, is she the one doing the rating? I mean, I don't. So I don't know, but and again, all that can change, and guys are mature and everything. So, and I'm not saying he's not a special player. He just, to me, it wasn't close. So I'm not that in touch. I know that Sacramento, the last 2 or 3 years, they had a coach of the year, Mike Brown, and the next year they fired him. Because he criticized De'Aaron Fox. So they wanted to keep De'Aaron Fox happy. And then a year and a half after they did that, De'Aaron Fox demanded to be traded. So that indicates dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
So you're acquiescing instead of running your team. And, I don't care what you want, Darren. We have a good coach here. You're going to play for him. And, there's not enough of that going on. I know they don't I know owners and everybody don't own all the cards. Players have a lot of power as far as I'll sign, I won't sign, but you can't do stuff like that. It's idiotic. And so, but again, they drafted A-Cup. I like Caravan. I think I think they had a great draft, so that gives me hope. Doug Christie is their coach. He was part of Sacramento when it was really good. That gives me hope. I mean, he knows what it looks like. He played in it. Now, again, I don't know what kind of coach he is. I don't know how good a coach he is. I don't even know who the general manager's Perry, right? And I don't know anything about him. But they've just been an unstable organization for a lot of years, and I hope, again, what gives me hope is that I think they had a really good draft, and that tells me they got some people in place that know what they're doing.
And they felt like they had picked up 3 good pieces in the 2 previous drafts.
Yeah.
And so they feel like they have 6 pieces to go along with some of the veterans on their team. And so they've got a core that they are developing.
Yeah. And, you got to have patience, and you got to know what you're doing, and you got to be patient. And Sacramento has not been known to be patient or know what they're doing. So, again, now when they had Jeff Petrie as a GM and Rick Adelman as a coach, and the Maloof brothers who owned them kind of left them alone, they stayed out of it, they got it going. I mean, they had it going. And they had an awesome team and could have very easily made a couple of NBA finals. And then who knows what happens after that. But since then, since when I was there, that's the brief period of time where they got it together. And on the bookends of that period, been very dysfunctional.
The fans were very excited. I don't know if you saw the video when they drafted him.
I really like that. I mean, that was cool.
They were there to meet him at the airport. And it was a very good reception that he had there. The fans at their best, are they good? They're awesome. They're solid.
That's like college. It's an only game in town thing, and they rally behind it, and they get behind it like no other team. And their fans are outstanding. That's what sucked about being there was, like, when I was there, our first year we really made a run at the playoff. We made the playoffs, made a late run, had a really good, we ran into the Rockets, who went to the finals that year. They beat us in the first round, but we had a good thing going. Then we blew up the team, and for the next 3 years it was new coach, 3-4 new players, this player in, this player out. It just it was like just a revolving door of administration. It was a revolving door of players. There was, it was a dumpster fire.
Anytime you look at a team.
But what made it bad, excuse me, Joe, is that we played to a sellout crowd every night that was frenetic.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like the Clippers, who you go in there and you could have, shot a gun blindfolded in there and not hit anybody. They stunk, and they got no support. The Washington Bullets at the time stunk, got no support, on and on and on and on. You'd roll into our town and we stunk, but we were sold out. And then, that was what was so frustrating about it is, you wanted to win, and you wanted to, because it was a happening place, and it just couldn't do it.
Anytime you look at a team, though, you look at their vets to see what that looks like first. DeMar DeRozan, he's 36, so he's by far their most veteran player. But after that, Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, Malik Monk, DeAndre Hunter. They're all anywhere from 28 to 31.
And they're going to cut DeRozan.
That's their vets.
Or they're trying to trade DeRozan, but
they're trying to get rid of DeRozan and LaVine. But
LaVine
just opted in for what, 50 billion?
49, I think it was.
Good luck getting rid of him.
But fairly young. When you think about their vets.
I think DeAndre Hunter is a good player. I think he's a good two-way player when he was at Virginia, right?
Yes.
And he was at Atlanta before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him. I think he plays both ends of the floor. I don't get to see a lot of him. I think Malik has accepted what he is. He comes in looking to score. I think he can play a little bit of point for you, a little bit of combo for you. I like him. I think he's a solid player. LaVine and DeRozan, that if I was Sacramento, I'd be doing everything I could. Not that I don't know anything about those guys or anything, but those are, 2 big contracts. You're not going to want to play them, because you're trying to develop what you said, your core. And, I like Sabonis too. Sabonis is a very good player. But, those 2 guys, I'm not saying they're not I'm not saying they're bad guys, but if they're not playing because you're trying to do this, that I don't know how well that will sit with them. But again, Levine's hasn't played 40 games the last 2 years, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't bother him.
4 of their 5 starters last year, projected starters, failed to play half the season.
Oh my gosh!
Of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon. You wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our American dream is ice cream. Red, White, and Bluebell is our strawberry ice cream loaded with strawberries, alongside creamy vanilla and blueberry ice cream with real blueberries. A full half-gallon of red, white, and blue ice cream. Feel free to celebrate.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters and neighborhood markets.
U.S. Truck Accessories salutes all active military and veterans. Now through July 4th, U.S. Truck Accessories is paying your sales tax in honor of your service. From bed liners and trailer hitches to steps, grill guards, bumpers, and lift kits, if it's for your truck, they've got it. With professional installation you can trust. With 2 convenient locations in Conway and Searcy, U.S. Truck Accessories is your truck parts superstore. Veteran owned and operated. Visit them online at ustruckaccessories.net.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Please be advised, you may want to stop eating the following foods immediately. Broccoli, kale, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
I thought those were good for me.
What's healthy for one person may cause inflammation for another. So how do you know what your body actually needs? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase.
Hawks Homes has custom-built, manufactured homes under $100 per square foot. They have hundreds of floor plans available to fit your family's needs. Homes start as low as $39,995. They can finance your new home together with land so you can have one easy payment. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms available for immediate delivery. You can view their inventory online at hawkshomes.net. Let their family help your family. Hawks Homes, Bryant and Conway.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
This is Thomas Blackman's Blackman Auction. Since 1938, we've handled many different types of auctions. We sold bulldozers, excavators, farm tractors, farms, locomotives, fully custom rail cars, vehicles, Harley-Davidsons, cows, lake houses, hunting properties, pickups, heavy trucks, big trailers, plus hundreds of other random things. Honestly, if it's for sale, we probably sold it. Our knowledge and experience is priceless, much like your hard-earned assets. Since 1938, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Y'all ain't know
go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. And this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about?
Back at it, Wes Moore, Joe Franklin, Joe Klein hanging out with us. Got a text, Joe, for you. And your opinion, top 2 or 3 franchises as far as management goes.
Ooh.
Also the bottom 3.
That's a good one. Wow, that's a you get so caught up in what's just happened. Like you want to go, oh, look at the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
They've done such a great job. But I think consistently over the years, you gotta look at Boston. I mean, I think they're always kind of in the mix. They find ways to kind of keep it alive. I think the same with Miami. I think I like the culture that Miami sets. I mean, they've been down, but they are always they haven't had a lot of turnover, and they rightfully so. They've stuck with Spoelstra, who's a great coach, and Pat Riley does a good job. They're not victims of the moment. They'll stay the course and have patience, and they've been able to do some good things because of that. I think Indiana's been always.
I was about to ask you about Indiana.
I mean, they've been pretty good. I mean, they've done a nice job. Larry's left, and Pritchard's done a nice job. They got decimated with injuries, and so. But I think next year they'll be back with a vengeance. I think they'll have a chance to make another run. I mean, I think they've got some good pieces if they can stay healthy. Yeah.
Speaking of former Sacramento guards, who were drafted there and
got moved
on.
But I think those. I know I'm missing one or two, but I think those
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that would be one. That's the one I'm missing. I love what he's doing. I mean, he's.
And San Antonio's not just being prisoner of moment.
Right.
They've
been
the benefit of lotteries, but the stability that you're talking about.
They don't. They have patience. And I think Oklahoma City's shown great patience. They've made some very, very, very savvy trades that are, they are reaping the benefits of now. And now you can see, they've had to clear cap space. They don't want to go to the second apron, so they've had to let Isaiah Joe go, and they've had to restructure Hartenstein and just, trade Wiggins, and they're, getting these picks in, second round mostly, but they've done a good job of kind of having a core of guys that they really got to pay. Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and SGA, and now they're just they're doing a nice job of getting younger around them, so they don't have max contracts with guys around them. They got they basically got Isaiah Joe for nothing, and they flipped that into 2 picks, so they do a lot of stuff like that. So I would have to say right now they're probably they've been the best in recent years.
Bad franchises, bad management.
Brooklyn, Sacramento's been bad. Brooklyn, Sacramento.
Is there anybody that sticks out that has a decent team?
New Orleans has been pretty bad here lately.
Got to throw Dallas in there with some of their decisions.
When they traded Luka for that was, they got lucky in that they got Cooper Flagg, so that gives them some hope. But yeah, that was an idiotic move. I would say those are the ones. So I would mostly say Brooklyn, Sacramento, and New Orleans right now would be the ones that they just can't get it right.
All right, we talked about Acuff. How about Malik Thomas going to Cleveland?
I like it. I mean, I think he's going where if he gets out on the floor a lot, he's going to be out there with a primary ball handler, kind of like what he played with this year, with Harden or kid from Louis. I mean, he's great. What's his name?
I can see his face. Can't think of his
Mitchell.
name. Yeah, Donovan
Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, and they got good bigs. That are,
Jared Allen
and Mobley. Yeah. Those are good players.
And there's talk about Jared Allen, teams having interest in him and trying to trade for him.
Yeah, and so
that'd be a mistake.
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like he might be able to be a catch and shoot guy, get some good looks if he can get on the floor, and we know that he can, he can really shoot it. So I mean, I think he's, I think it was a good landing spot for him. And they're not a terrible franchise. They seem to have some good. They seem to have a good coach and some good front office. I don't know that they're the best ever, but they're pretty solid.
It was smart by them because we kept seeing mock drafts, Cleveland taking him with the 29th pick. They traded that pick, ended up taking him at 34. And so if they were smart enough to know that there were some shooters that they liked, we're still going to be there. Hell, we can
save some money and
trade back.
Yeah,
pick up something extra and still get our guy.
No, but I think that's a good spot for him.
All right, and very next pick, Trevin Brazile goes to Denver.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, Denver's one of these teams that they kind of, they need to do something. I think everybody on their roster is up for sale except Jokic. So I think they're exploring a lot of things with Jamal Murray, with Gordon. Braun is, getting ready to be owed a lot of money, here in the next contract for him. Do you want to pay that? Do you want to, so I think they've got a lot of uncertainty because I'm sure they're trying to make a move because of the playoff dispose.
Brazile just scored with a minute left in stoppage time.
Wow!
Not even a minute.
Going nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. They worked it in methodically and got a wide open look. Take a 2-1 lead over Japan.
I saw you raise back. I thought you were having a heart attack or something.
I've been into this game. Japan scored first in the first half, and since then Brazil's just been peppering them shot after shot, and just couldn't ever. Once after they tied, weren't able to take the lead, and I was like, well, maybe we'll get a little overtime in this game. Maybe PKs, who knows? Or not PKs. What do you call them in
extra time, and then it would be PKs.
But yeah, Brazil, very patient. You were just talking about patience.
Yeah.
They were very patient, found the open guy.
Yep.
It's almost like in basketball in the zone right there.
Yeah, you got to work it.
Got to get it to the middle. Got it to the middle, finally turned around, kicked it in. Anyway, Denver, Brazil.
So I like the fact that he's there.
Hold on, I screwed up again.
People will travel just to get the best deal.
We've got $15,000 off Ram HDs this month. Ram half-tons start at just $35,900, or you can get 0% financing.
And don't forget Wranglers. They have 0% financing and start at $35,000. Take the short, beautiful drive to Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
Or visit us online at chriscranecars.com.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Fraud is on the rise and scammers are getting more convincing every day. But remember this, your bank will never call you asking for your debit card number, expiration date, PIN, security code, or online banking login information. If you receive a message or call that feels off, trust your instincts. Hang up. Don't click. Don't respond. Instead, contact your bank directly using a number you know and trust. Protect your information. Protect your money. When in doubt, call your bank.
This is Larry Culpepper, the inventor of the college football playoff. When I'm in Arkansas, I always listen to 103.7 The Buzz. Ice cold, Dr. Pepper, help!
New work requirements for the state's Medicaid program kick in this week. Governor Sanders and the State Department of Human Services says this Wednesday is the soft launch of the Welfare to Work program. It will be fully implemented at the beginning of next year. Healthy adults who receive Medicaid are now required to work, volunteer, or go to school for at least 80 hours a month. This applies to Arkansans 19 to 64 years old who are enrolled in AR Home. Some exemptions include pregnant women, postpartum women, disabled veterans, caregivers, and those with special medical needs. And cooling centers in Little Rock are opening their doors this week. The Dunbar Community Center, Southwest Community Center, and West Central Community Center will all be available for anyone in need. Hours are going to be Monday through Friday, 8 to 8:30, and then 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
Tune in each week for I Did Not See That Coming in the Zone. Every Tuesday, Justin and Phil discuss those stories that cause you to raise an eyebrow. I Did Not See That Coming is presented by Moe's Southwest Grill with the $9.99 lunch special, where you'll get a junior burrito, chips, queso, and a drink for only $9.99 in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, and Conway.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
A hot, sunny day with a high temperature of 96 degrees here in Little Rock. Could see the heat index around 105. So there is a heat advisory today. In fact, we're going to have a heat advisory here in Little Rock all the way through Thursday. Tonight, a low of 77. Tomorrow, sunny and high of 97. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner. 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
Tune into The Zone each week when Susan Irwin Proud shares her keys to the weekend music events calendar. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Get in the conversation with Life and Feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevy Colorado eats up the road with 5 available gears, and Silverado has the muscle to tow. Life and Feedback from Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and when it comes to your home, you want it done right. And that's why homeowners trust CertaPro Painters for professional painting and a worry-free process from start to finish. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. From free estimates and reliable communication to quality craftsmanship at the right price. CertaPro Painters takes pride in exceeding expectations. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
The Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs is back. It's going down July 18th from 5 to 8 at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at 1037thebuzz.com. Sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. It's the Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with the substitute player. So, whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Honda Ride Red and Save Green sales event is happening at Honda Russellville. Get more done with a Pioneer 700 or 1000 side-by-side. Swing a leg over a dependable 4Trax Rancher ATV. Take your crew in a 4-seat Pioneer 704 or 5-seat Pioneer 1005. Bonus bucks on select models plus low-rate financing for qualified buyers. Visit HondaRussellville.com. For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side nets and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda side-by-sides and ATVs are for Rider 16 and older.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo-babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too bendy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break.
Quick look at your Razor Hog update. We touched on it earlier, but Ryan Silverfield and the coaching staff got a couple of commitments. Friday, a cornerback from Mississippi chose Arkansas over Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Then Friday, they got a linebacker out of Texas. Chose the Razorbacks over a nice list of schools. Very impressive defensive player out of the Houston area. But on Saturday, they failed to sign the wide receiver. Ole Miss got a little payback and signed A1 Mosley, the 4-star wide receiver. Still waiting on the Louisiana Tech pitcher. I was told it looked like Arkansas was going to get him, but he has not made that announcement official. But we'll have Kevin Bohannon on here later in this week, talk some more Razorback baseball. We got Joe Klein in here with us right now talking some NBA basketball. Joe, on the Middleton Heat and Air text line, someone asked me to ask you, did Larry Bird ever talk trash to you?
Oh, God. Still does. Sheesh. It hasn't stopped. He talks the most trash to his friends. I mean, people he knows. That's his love language, calling you a no good,
It is so fun to get on YouTube and just do a search on Bird and see some of the videos, trash-talking videos, greatest shots, greatest passes. I mean, you can spend hours watching old Bird videos and stories.
No, that's nuts. I mean, it's just, you can't even explain it. It's just he could do some stuff passing, and if he could have stayed healthy, he'd be in the talk about one of the best of all time. He just broke down his last 5 to 6 years. He couldn't put a full healthy season together, and
I remember him for a lot of great things, but one of the things I do remember about him is coming out of the game and going laying on his stomach on the baseline.
Back. Yep. He for a full year he played in a plastic brace, like from his
pelvic
buttocks, right above his buttocks to all the way up under here. And it was a solid, hardcore plastic cast to keep him from, and I saw him get 47 one night wearing that versus Portland Trailblazers and hit the game-winning shot in a basically a plastic cast that went all the way around his midsection. No, it was something else, man.
Peyton and Cersei just asked, what's Bird doing now?
He is retired. I think he does. He scouts some. Does some evaluation. I think for the draft for the Pacers, kind of a college scout. He retired from being their GM 2 or 3 years ago, and he lives in Florida in the winter and Indiana in the summer. And he sits out there on his farm in Indiana and mows the grass and cuts weeds. And, he's got probably 20, maybe more than that, but he's got a big old lake on it. He fishes and just, he's, got a nice little house. Nothing, crazy, but just a lot of barns. And he bought his I like this. His wife was getting on him going into town and drinking at the saloon. So he built himself a saloon. I'm not lying.
Is it just for him, or does he have people come out and drink with him?
But I mean, it's got a full, about a 10 to 12 person seat bar. It's got, it's a bar.
Yeah,
it's like a bar you would like if you were in Kansas City and down on the plaza, and you walk in there and there's a big old bar there.
Yeah.
He's got tables. I mean,
what's the name?
It's no above. It's like a Western thing. It says saloon above it. I'm not kidding.
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
not kidding you. I'll show you. I got a picture in here.
That's awesome.
Because he was showing it to me, and I was like, we were walking by it, and I said, "You're kidding me, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." Dinah was getting on me about going into town and having a beer or two. So
Pete says I'd do a lot of things to hang out with Bird and have a beer with that man. That could be like a fundraiser. He could auction that off for once a month.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be a beer. We'll start there.
A night with Bird.
You better bring it. That's all I can tell you.
Bring your A game?
Yeah.
901 wants me to ask you about the Grizzlies. What do you think what they're doing?
I think they would give anything to get rid of Ja Morant, but they can't get rid of him. There's really no takers, which kind of surprises me a little bit. I mean, I know he's got some baggage, but he's still pretty young and has shown signs that he could play. And they all make a lot of money, but I don't think his is anything. I don't think he makes, like Jaylen Brown money or something like that. I mean, I know it's up there, but
probably 40 something.
Yeah. So I mean, that sounds nuts, but it seems like that's something that could be worked.
That's the
with.
norm.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, and so I'm surprised. I think people are very, very cautious. You could see they made some trades. I think it was Jalen Jackson to Utah, and they got rid of. They didn't sign. Was it Bain? Who went down to Orlando?
Yeah, it was Bain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in a real quiet way they're trying to start over, but I don't think they can find a taker for Morant right now. So I think they're trying to, redo everything, and it seems like they've made some pretty good picks and made some pretty good moves.
You like the Boozer pick?
Yeah, and I like the kid. I like the guy they got from Detroit, the Stewart guy. He's a hard-nosed player. Kind of these. I think Boozer's a kid who comes from good stock, who's going to be a professional and going to work hard. And I think they're trying to change their culture.
There's a team, Hornets, that just made a major move in trading LaMelo Ball. Well, they created some cap space. That's where Ja Morant is from, in the area.
Yeah.
I think he actually is from South Carolina, but, that would essentially be his home team, and they have cap space for him now if they wanted to make that move.
I would be surprised. I think LaMelo Ball had a little bit of stuff to him too, not to the extent of Ja. And I think that's part of the reason why they got rid of him. He was always hurt. This was really, I think he played 72 games this year, and that was by far the most number of games. And he was coming up on the Supermax, and I don't think they wanted to touch any bit of that. And I think that's kind of where people are with Ja, is that, they don't want to get to where they're, having to pay that. It's all crazy money, but really, really crazy money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are very cautious with him. If he could get his act together, we've seen, man, that dude can ball. he can flat out get it done, but again, he's had some health stuff too. So I don't know. I think LaMelo and Ja kind of mirror themselves, in my opinion, a little bit. And I don't think – I would be surprised if Charlotte did that, but who knows?
And I think they were in the same draft, Melo, Ja, and then Zion. Think about that. Your top 3 picks from that year.
Yeah,
all amazing talents.
Yeah, and I guarantee you New Orleans would move him if they could get something for him too. He hadn't been healthy, and he hasn't shown that he can, turn the franchise around. But a lot of times that's just not fair. There's not any one player pretty much anymore if you don't have a core around him. It's like getting a franchise quarterback and who you think's going to, and you have no offensive line. So I think Zion's a little bit of that. I think he would be a really good 2 or 3, a second or third guy. I don't like him as a number 1 guy, but I think if you could get him around some good veterans on a really good team, I think he would take off.
On the Middleton Heat and Air text line, 870 asks you, Joe, is there anything you see in some of these trades and deals right now that we don't? Anything that your experience is illuminating that the average person doesn't see? Anything kind of behind the scenes?
I think a lot of stuff you see, like as Joe mentioned, Melo in the Melo trade. I think some of it is the super. You got some of these cats that are going to be eligible. They're making $40-50 million right now, and then their extension or
next contract.
Yeah, they can get 70-80 million. And I think what you're seeing in some of these deals is people don't want to go down that road. They want to have. I think that's what you saw with Miami and Milwaukee. Milwaukee had an offer of Jaylen Brown, terrific player. I think better than Giannis, in my opinion, because he plays every day. He plays both ends of the floor. Giannis has turned into a little bit of a diva, in my opinion. Brown plays angry with a chip on his shoulder, and plays. He plays all the time.
Yeah.
But I think Milwaukee had the option of, hey, we can get a guy that's making a lot of money, that's a superstar, but we got to build around him, or we can take Miami's offer and blow it up and start over from scratch. And I think what a lot of people want to do is they want to do the latter. They want to get draft picks, because I think the Oklahoma City blueprint's kind of in style right now. So everybody's trying to kind of, and Utah did. Oklahoma has been doing the same thing. Utah has been doing the same thing Oklahoma City has been for a while. I look for them to make a big jump this year. I think they're gonna, they've been stockpiling and trading, and they've got a really good, talented roster. And I think they're getting ready. I think they're going to make a move this year to, I don't know that they'll make a San Antonio type move, but I think they'll get to where they're in the mix. And so I think everybody's kind of seeing Utah and Oklahoma City, and they're kind of favoring wanting to do that as opposed to trading Giannis for Jaylen.
Mm-hmm. By the way, this just in from Sacramento. They just wrapped up their press conference with their 3 draft picks, A-Cup being one of them, and announced they have traded former first-round pick Devin Carter to the Atlanta Hawks for a future second-round pick. So the Kings making some moves today.
Yep. They've again, I think they're trying to do what we just talked about. They've got a core guys from last year and this year, and that's where they want to go. So I'll be interested to see if they can do something with Levine and DeRozan. I know they would want to.
Yeah, DeRozan, the last that I read, they have been exploring trades and can't find anybody. And the word is they're just going to outright cut him, and that they can spread out some of the money somehow, that it's not going to be as bad of a salary cap hit.
Well, and Levine is, if they're looking to get rid of DeRozan, they're really looking rid, because he's a 50 burger on
and that's why he's opting in.
Oh hell yeah, he's opting in.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. If he opted out of that, That would
Good
be
luck.
that would be grounds for mental evaluation there. I mean,
agent would have been should have been
God.
scrutinized and fired right away.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, I don't know if Sacramento signed him to that or if Chicago signed him to that, and then Sacramento traded for that. But
I think Sac took it on.
Yeah, I just, again, that's what we were talking about earlier. I don't know if this GM and this people are the ones who did that, but that's where Sacramento is. You know, they just haven't had people in the seat driving the car that has made really good decisions. For showing the patience and long term.
What would be worse, signing Levine to that contract or trading for Levine in that contract?
I think trading for it because
you gave up something to get it,
and you see it.
Right.
You're looking at, okay, in 2026, 2027, he can opt in for $49 million, which he's going to do unless he's an idiot, and we got to pay that.
Yeah, because when you sign them, that's on the front end of it.
Yeah.
And maybe there is some promise.
Yeah.
But, when you trade, that's towards the middle
When
and
you're
you're trading back end.
The team you're dealing with is basically telling you, we want to get rid of this guy.
Exactly.
And, oh, by the way, he's can opt in for $50 million in his last year, and we're trying to get rid of that. That should send off a warning flag.
Peyton and Cersei says, I wonder who will be the next, quote, young team to show up in the regular season playoffs next year, kind of like the Pistons.
Utah, yeah.
Utah. Okay.
Maybe Wizards. Maybe.
Yep.
Here's one from the 501. What were Big Joe's greatest weaknesses and strengths on the basketball court?
Oh. Strengths we could do really quick. Do we have time for the weaknesses? How much more time I got? I think I stayed healthy. I was your best ability is your availability, and I could shoot. And back then in the NBA, they wanted big, because you were battling Shaq, you were battling Patrick Ewing, you were battling big, strong guys, so they wanted big, strong guys in the post, and I could defend pretty good. I could defend smaller guys like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley. That I could stay in front of them, because I could move my feet pretty good. Now, if they started making their outside shot, I was toast, but so was everybody. But they couldn't just blow by me. I think I could defend pretty good in the post and on the perimeter and pick and rolls and stuff, and then I could shoot the ball, make my free throws, and rebound. Weaknesses is those are the things I just mentioned were the only things I can do. So we'll just leave the laundry list open after that.
He said, MJ said Joe Dumars was the greatest defender who guarded him the best. Who guarded you the best?
Oh, I mean, you have Olajuwon standing behind you, and that's not a good feeling. Patrick Ewing, those guys were, so long and athletic. They could, you could get by them and think, get them up in the air and get by them and think, gotcha. And then next thing you know, it'd get dark. You'd see a hand come down and swat your shot. They could recover. They were bouncy, could get up and down, so again, you would think that you got by them and that you gotcha. And no, they got you. So those guys were amazing.
Was there someone good that we would think of that you had his number?
I always had pretty good games against Olajuwon, and I had some really good games against Shaq. Because I could shoot, and he didn't want to come out. So I had some, not 30 point, but I had some 15, 16, 12 point rebound games against, Shaq, and Olajuwon, I think Olajuwon was just because I had confidence against him because I had success against him in college. So I think I just, I felt, I don't know why, but I was kind of that way anyway. I think, and I tell kids this all the time, you gotta believe in yourself. and and I kind of played with a chip on my shoulder, and I'd be out on the floor, and I would think, I'm going to take it to Shaq or whoever I was playing against. I played confidently. Now, I was probably the only one in the arena who thought that way, including my family. But I think that's something you have to have. You have to have that. And so I think that led to the confidence I had. I didn't play scared. So, I think that really helped me.
We saw this on a limited basis, but what was it like facing Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson as a tandem?
Oh my God! I mean, they just shut down the middle. When they were both happy and healthy. I mean, and Sampson was, again, another guy that couldn't stay healthy. But man, when he was early in his career and young, he was he's 7'4". He was like Wembanyama, kind of not as versatile, but he was Wembanyama, defensively. I mean, he was just. I mean, my gosh, it was like a cover was over the rim. He could just make up for so many mistakes, and then you had Olajuwon there too, who was a great defensive player too, and so they could just really, just shut you down. I mean, it was impossible to get anything in the lane, unless it was a tip or an offensive rebound. Probably wasn't going to make any kind of moves or shoot. You couldn't shoot over him. If you got around one, the other one was there
waiting for you.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, if they were special when they were rolling. They were really good.
Joe, this is fun.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, take me back to my days.
Yeah. Oldies but goodies.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's like turning on the 70s channel in the car, man. That's my zone.
Yeah, there it is.
We'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
Have a good week.
All righty.
We'll take a break. Bill Ingram's going to talk a little basketball, too. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Ten Fitness brings you Top 10 Tuesdays with The Zone. Each week, Justin and Phil will dive into a different Top 10 list and take your calls. Brought to you by 10 Fitness. Turn back the clock on gym prices.
This is SportsCenter.
The round of 32 knockout stage is set in the 2026 World Cup, meaning no more ties and every game going forward is a win-or-go-home match. The first game of the knockout stage saw Canada become the first team to advance to the round of 16 after beating South Africa 1-0 yesterday. Stefan Escadio gave the Canadians the winner with a goal in stoppage time in the 92nd minute to advance to their first ever round of 16 in the World Cup. They will play the winner of the Netherlands-Morocco game. Those two teams play tonight at 8 in what most are calling the best matchup of the knockout stages. The other two games on the slate today are another great matchup between Brazil and Japan at noon and Germany versus Paraguay at 3:30, where the Germans are heavily favored. And as for the United States, their first knockout game is this Wednesday the 1st at 7 against Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot.
Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
It's Justin Acri for Kaufman by Design West. I'm here with Ruben, and there's big news out at Kaufman. Ruben, tell me why Toro mowers are such a great addition to what you guys have to offer.
Toro's been around for 100 years. When it comes to rider comfortability, they've introduced the MyRide suspension, where it really is like riding on a cloud. Superior cut quality, even cuts. This is a mower that can stick with you for a very long time.
If you want to make your outdoor space look great, Kaufman by Design West has got you covered, now including Toro mowers. Check them out at 14900 Cantrell Road or online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Attention! If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items. And you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
What if someone did play-by-play of your life? Example, what would it sound like if you visited, say, Genesis of Conway? There's the arrival. Look at the reaction on that face at seeing a dealership that is so luxurious. And going for a test drive now of a GV80, and the smile is huge. And here it comes, the big play, $8,000 off the price of that very same GV80. Let's hear it again in slow motion. $8,000 off. Winner, Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid that you're gone. Not holding on, not holding on. Beautiful mistakes.
Arkansas is the natural state, and around here, conservation isn't just a priority, it is a way of life. That's why Arkansas's best Chevy dealers are proud to partner with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to help drive habitat conservation. In honor of this partnership, your Arkansas best Chevy dealers are celebrating in a big way. They are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. That is a natural choice for the great outdoors. It offers strength and capability that stands out from the herd. Plus, a powertrain limited warranty, 5 years or 60,000 miles, whatever comes first. For complete rules and to register to win a 2027 Chevy Silverado, Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt. Or you can see your Arkansas Best Chevy dealers for more details. No purchase necessary to enter to win. It's open to legal residents 18 years or older who live in Arkansas. Contest ends at the end of the year. Void where prohibited. Westmore, Joe Franklin with you, Out of Bounds on a Monday. We also have Bill Ingram hanging out with us in the studio. Bill, welcome in to Out of Bounds. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's good. It's good. I was shocked Friday when I texted you and I said, what do you think about the trade? And you said, what trade? And I said, the Isaiah Joe trade to Detroit. And you were like, oh, my, I didn't know.
I didn't wish you broke the news to me. I had been in my car driving back from Indianapolis, and I just hadn't checked phones or anything like that. I was just kind of driving, and I was looking at my phone and I saw your text, and that's when I texted you back. But yeah, I had no idea. So you broke the news to me.
So what do you think of this trade?
Well, I think it's great for him. I think at this point, you want more opportunity. Detroit ranked 28th in the lead in three-point shooting. They got Duncan Robinson is one of their shooters, and Duncan Robinson is he's a very good shooter. But you need more. If you rank 28th in the lead in three-point shooting, you need some help at three-point shooting, and Isaiah can do that. Plus, I think they're going to get an opportunity to showcase a lot more of his game, and so I think that was. So I think it's a great situation for him, and I'm glad he got a chance to, go somewhere where he can get a job, play more, have a bigger role in the team. So I think it's wonderful for him.
Do you think the minutes are there right away?
Yes. The minutes are there immediately. Probably, in certain situations, he may get a chance to start, but I think that's on the table. From what I understand, that's on the table. Definitely more minutes is on the table. They're going to be counting on it. Like I said, they ranked 28th in three-point shooting in the league. And, you got to be better than that, with the talent they got. If they really want to compete and, and make a serious push in the East, you're going to have to be better than shooting 28% from the three line. Not 28%. Ranked 28.
Yeah.
From the three line.
But also, it is a big role that he could step into simply because they were that Eastern Conference #1 seed, and then you have a chance to make that team better overall.
Yeah, and I think and just stuff that I kind of picked up from talking to Derek. I know that they were excited about getting him. Coach Bickerstaff called him immediately, and I talked to him about his role, having a much bigger role than he had at Oklahoma City. They think he can do more things, which I'm sure Isaiah feels the same way. So, he's a pretty good defender. Shoots the ball, of course, really well. At times, he led the lead in three-point shooting percentage. So, I think it's a great opportunity for them. And they, like I said, they're not a good. If you're 28th, you're not a good three-point shooting team, so that helps them out tremendously.
How does he fit in with those pieces at Cleveland?
At Detroit.
Detroit, sorry.
Yeah. I think he fit in great with those pieces. I think, of course, it's a need for shooting. I think they had Duncan Robinson was their best shooter, and Duncan Robinson can shoot the ball at times at a high clip. He's he's probably challenged a little bit defensively, so that helps them out some. And now you can spread the floor, even with both of them out on the floor. You can spread that gives Cade more room to operate. And we know when this guy got room to operate, he's pretty hard to defend, and he's a willing passer.
Mm-hmm.
So people collapse on him, he'll move the ball. When you're playing like the two or three guys he's playing with Oklahoma City, it's hard to get the ball sometimes because those guys are so ball dominant. But Cade is a willing passer, so I think it'll work great for him. Of course, it's going to help Jalen in the post as well because it's going to spread the flow out more, so it makes it easier it makes it harder for people to be able to contain him because that floor is going to be so spread. And it gives guys lanes that can drive. But Cade is I think he's the big benefit, be the big beneficiary in that because now every time he's on the floor, he got a guy out there that he can run a pick, that he can run a high screen with that can, like Shea did, that can stretch the floor. And when you took Duncan Robinson out the game a lot of times, he didn't have that. Plus, Zay puts it on the floor a little better than Duncan. He puts it on the deck a little better. So I think it'll be great for the team. They were real excited about getting him. I know that.
Jalen Duren, he struggled in that postseason also. So this is something that is much needed for him in getting that floor spacing.
Yep. As I say, I agree 100%. So I think they two biggest guys, they two best players, Cade and Jalen. I think this is going to be very good for them. So it'll be, like I said, it's going to be great for Zay too. Because you look at it, Oklahoma City at this point, they stockpile with players, which they got great players. They've done an excellent job in the draft and making trades. And then you start looking at somebody like me. I'm looking at the whole thing, like even with the salary cap. If you're at Oklahoma City, it's going to be tough for you to, increase your and I say value, your pay, because you got three max guys. You got Chet, you got of course Shea, and then you got Jay Will. So you got three max guys, and you're paying Hartenstein now. You're paying Hartenstein, so it's going to be very difficult for someone that's playing on that team now, to those four guys, to get a decent, a really big payday. So I'm not saying he's going to get a really big payday, but I'm just saying at least it gives them an opportunity. You got Detroit now; they didn't make that trade. They didn't make that sign to get Austin Reeves, so they got plenty of cap space right now. So I know I'm not saying they're looking at that, but when I evaluate that kind of stuff, I look at all that. So, that has to probably play some kind of thought process, I'm sure, in Zay's head as well.
They're definitely a team that was doing some big game hunting in this offseason, and they got a player that they coveted, somebody who brings the skill set that they needed.
Yep. They were doing they was doing some big game hunting. So,
Bill Ingram's in the studio with us. We read an article after the season, the disappointing, finish in the Western Conference Finals, and it was about Isaiah and the possibility of being on the trading block about a week before the trade happened.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some quotes from Isaiah, and I thought he handled it perfectly. The disappointment of the lack of playing time in the Western Conference Finals, and the minutes weren't there for him, and he said all the things you're supposed to say, but it had to be frustrating for a guy who meant a lot to the team throughout the regular season and played a lot during the regular season to see his role diminish during the most important games of the season.
Yeah, well, when you look at Oklahoma City, they run their regular season to play guys to try to keep them in a rhythm but keep them healthy. So if you watch 90% of the games that Oklahoma City played, it was always somebody sitting out. I mean, you think about Caruso missed a lot of games early in the part of the year, the second half. He picked up and started playing more, getting his rhythm. So they were big on, and I get that they were big on making sure that they main guys was healthy at the end of the year. So that's why those guys played more a lot of times. But then if you get all those guys healthy in the playoffs, you're gonna most of the time you shrink your rotation. You shrinking your rotation most of the time. So they shrunk their rotation, and so numbers is he got caught in those numbers, but now you're going somewhere where they need you the whole year, and that's what. And I know Zay loved playing Oklahoma City. It was great for him. 3 hours from home. You know what I'm saying? His parents could come to every game and still sleep in their own bed the same night. So, but I mean, it's just the nature of the business. So I know he's very happy about moving on to Detroit, because like I say, he see a bigger role for himself.
Gotta be tough on the mom and dad though.
Yeah,
are they gonna move up to Detroit?
Well, they already told no, they're not moving to Detroit. They told me that they're staying in Arkansas. But it's a straight flight. It's a straight flight from XNA to Detroit. So they're already locking in on that. So they'll have to drive from Fort Smith to XNA, and then they got a straight flight from there from XNA to Detroit. So it's at least it's one straight flight. They don't have to get on and fly 2 or 3 places to get there.
Well, that's it's going to be different for them.
It's going to be a 3-hour drive, and it's really under 3 hours. So you're under 3 hours, and now you got to fly all the way to Detroit, and so yeah, it's going to be a big difference. But hey, I told him, I said, well, you guys, if you're worried about that, you can trade spots with me and just work a regular job and don't ever get a chance to go to the games. I said, I'll do that, but. Yeah, no, they're happy about it. They're happy for him. So, they know how it works. They understand it's a business.
Sometimes when a guy gets traded for the first time, that's when he realizes it's a business. But for Isaiah going from Philadelphia to Oklahoma City, that's got to help him just a little bit to know that's how it works.
He was expecting it. They were expecting it. They had a list of teams that they wanted to be traded to, and Detroit was at the top of the list because they could see the need for somebody like him. So, they was expecting. I mean, you think about it, when they let Wiggins, Wiggins got traded first and basically they clearing out cap space. They gave him two second-round picks. Zay, they gave him away for 2 second-round picks. Most of the time these guys won't even use these second round, or they'll move them on to something else. Now the thing is, there was a lot of teams. I can tell you this: there was a lot of teams calling about him, trying to make that, trying to make that deal to get him. It was about 15 of them. A couple of them are, teams I really like. But hey, I guess they wasn't smart enough to get it done. So Detroit figured out a way to get it done. But I'm happy for it.
It works out for Zay, and it works out for OKC because they got 2 second-round picks for him. He was a second-round pick that that's probably what they gave up to get him initially. And so, they were able to flip his talents and get what they feel like is going to be more in return in the future, and then it gives him a great opportunity.
Yep.
Were do you think we'll ever know, or do y'all know, did Oklahoma City's management try to trade him to a place that they wanted to go to?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that was
there could have been a better offer, but they were trying to do right.
I think well, of course, at this point he's on the contract, so I think that they looked at, I think that they had some conversations about it. I'm pretty sure they had some conversations about some of the places that he may want to, get traded to that'll give him, more opportunity. And of course, you want to be on a team that's a contender. That's what he's used to. I mean, he played when he was in Philly. Those guys was in the playoffs. They made deep runs, so I'm sure he loved being a part of that too. But yeah, I think they had some visits about that.
Were you in Indianapolis for summer basketball?
No, that was family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went up to check on a family member, and it was it was all family stuff.
All right, we'll talk a little bit more about summer ball and some of the things happening when we come back. We got Bill Ingram hanging out in the studio with us. We got to take a break. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you feel embarrassed, trapped, maybe even ashamed just because you own a timeshare? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not alone. Chuck McDowell here, the timeshare cancellation guy. I get over 3,000 complaints a week from all kinds of folks that feel the same way you do. Honest people, teachers, veterans, grandparents, all losing sleep over a timeshare they can't get rid of. That's why 15 years ago, I founded Wesley Financial Group to help people take their lives back. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we would want our own family to be treated. That mindset has helped us cancel over 50,000 timeshares from people just like you. So if you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-330-6363. That's 800-330-6363. 800-330-6363.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our American dream is ice cream.
Red, White, and Bluebell is our strawberry ice cream loaded with strawberries, alongside creamy vanilla and blueberry ice cream with real blueberries. A full half-gallon of red, white, and blue ice cream. Feel free to celebrate.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters and neighborhood markets.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot sh. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll slap you with the tulio. Real shook, scared to death, act fruity, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she shake it make me wanna get all in the booty, yo. Top mistress of the banging misses and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot sh, got all my people in red clothes. Telling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros. Like that. Really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see.
All right, welcome back. Out of Bounds, Wes Moore, Joe Franklin, Bill Ingram hanging out in the studio with us. I wanted to talk a little summer basketball. We got the very latest on Isaiah Joe, and now we can talk some hoops. How's it going this summer?
Man, it's these summers. It's constantly changing. It's constantly changing with the new rules in effect now. That I think that help high school. I think that'll help high schools more when getting those kids out of basketball. I mean, out of college basketball. It's 25 and 26, and you having those 5 years regardless of what happened. I think that's going to help high school because high school is the one that's really taking a hit since the transfer portal and all of those things. So. But as far as us, I mean, things are going good. We got some great young talent, some guys that we really think is maybe some of the better guys that we've had, rivals of some of the better guys we've had in our program. Jamie Dunn, Jr. over at Little Rock Central.
He was a freshman last year, right? Yeah.
Jamie has grown a little bit this summer. He's about 6'7.5". Justin Peppers at Benton, a ninth grader. It's about 6'6". So, we got some guys, and we got some other guys, too. I hate to call one guy name because we got multiple guys, but we got some other guys that we think that's going to be really, really good. It's going to be really, really good coming up. So, excited about that. And these next 2 weeks will be very important. It'll be evaluation period, and coaches and evaluators and scouts will be everywhere. So, we'll be in Bryan, Texas for the first part of Adidas 3SSB. And then for the second part for the championships, we'll be in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So when we leave out next week, Wes, I'll have those guys. We won't be coming back home. So those guys will be with us for about 14, 15 days. So, hey, listen, but hey, man, this is what we signed up for, and it won't be the first time. So I enjoy this time, really. It's great to watch these guys get out and mature and develop and get the opportunity to get recruited by college coaches, give you opportunity to get your college education and more. It's more involved now, of course. It's NIL, so it's a lot. It's more things, more value to these summers adding on to the NIL because a lot of these guys, especially these guys that play in Power 4, they'll be receiving NIL.
Is there anyone that Arkansas has signed that's on campus now that you remember watching in summer ball? Jordan Smith. I know you've seen a lot of JJ, Abdou Toure.
I've seen Toure a lot. Kid is, man, he's very talented. I mean, he a pro. I think he's a pro. Of course, I've seen JJ a lot, But those guys
are they similar in athleticism in their game?
I think they're kind of similar. I think that he's probably Toro. I think is a little bit more wiry than JJ. But I think they're similar. I'm just with any of these high school guys, where you anxious to see how their game is going to translate to college, and that's and most of these guys that's ranked that high, these evaluators does not miss that often. Most of these guys that's ranked high as JJ and guys like him, they game normally translate. Now where it get murky at to me from watching some of basketball is when you get probably around 8 or 9 to number 40, you may be getting the same player because that gap right there. Now normally those top 7 or 8 kind of separates, and you can look at them and say, okay, that's a difference. But once you get under that 7 or 8, you may be getting the same guy at 9, and that guy at 40 may be the same guy. He may be better. It's just how much, who he's played with, how much he's developed, and then the system that he's going into. So but most of the time, any of these guys in the top 50, most of the time are going to be pretty good players.
How do you explain a guy like Wagler at Illinois? He went in the top 100.
No,
and then he ends up number 5 overall.
Number 5. You get guys like that they develop in college. It's obvious that even though he wasn't in the top 100, Illinois' coach thought he was a Power 4 player, and any of these guys is powerful. And then a lot of times these guys, perfect example. A lot of times you have guys in high school programs that's never been on weight programs. We say it all the time. It's like, this guy has never been in a conditioning and weight program, anything close to college. I'm not saying that the coach is not doing anything with him in high school, but you'll see some of these guys, and they get to college and they body mature and they just go to a whole nother level. And you see that, you see that a lot. When you see guys like him, I like to see him when he was in high school, because if he was a 3-star, that means he probably frail, had some talent. But he wasn't even a 4-star, because you can be, I think 4-stars go all the way to 100. So you can be number 100 and be a 4-star. You can be number 23 and be a 4-star, or number 100 and be a 4-star. 4-star go all the way to 100. So you see and he was a 3-star. So I bet you if you go back and look at him, his body probably had a physical transition over that time in college. You see guys like that.
You got to go? Or you want to hang out for
I'm good.
A little bit more?
I'm good, man. Just let me know.
Well, coming up, we have What's Trending, so we'll take a look at some of the things happening across the country. We got Solomon Bozeman and Erica Leak joining us at 3:30 from UAPB. They're going to call in, talk a little UAPB basketball and their big event they have coming up next month.
Yep.
So we got a busy third hour. Glad you're with us. We'll talk more basketball with Bill Ingram. We'll check out the Middleton Heat and Air text line, and we can take some phone calls. Busy third hour coming up next. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Orange is not your color, and stripes are for zebras. It's criminal not to hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. When in war, you need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all criminal-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
We got the big deals, the big
I've been a little surprised by how far people will come just to visit us.
People will travel just to get the best deal.
We've got 15,000 off Ram HDs this month. Ram half-tons start at just $35,900, or you can get 0% financing.
And don't forget Wranglers. They have 0% financing and start at $35,000. Take the short, beautiful drive to Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
Or visit us online at chriscranecars.com.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the work with Justin Moore, brought to you by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. RainbowRestores.com. They restore, you recover.
I'm so angry. Don't be upset. You can always listen to us. You're better than that. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
New work requirements for the state's Medicaid program kick in this week. Governor Sanders and the State Department of Human Services says this Wednesday is the soft launch of the Welfare to Work program. It will be fully implemented at the beginning of next year. Healthy adults who receive Medicaid are now required to work, volunteer, or go to school for at least 80 hours a month. This applies to Arkansans 19 to 64 years old who are enrolled in AR Home. Some exemptions include pregnant women, postpartum women, disabled veterans, caregivers, and those with special medical needs. And cooling centers in Little Rock are opening their doors this week. The Dunbar Community Center, Southwest Community Center, and West Central Community Center will all be available for anyone in need. Hours are going to be Monday through Friday, 8 to 8:30, and then 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
Get in the conversation with Life and Feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevy Colorado eats up the road with 5 available gears, and Silverado has the muscle to tow. Life and Feedback from Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Sunny weather today and very hot weather too. We'll have a high temperature of 96, but the heat index up around 105. There will be a heat advisory today and here in Central Arkansas every day at least through Thursday. Tonight stays warm with an overnight low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
New Benihana promotion. Monday and Tuesday, lunch and dinner, 10% off of everything on the menu. Come to Benihana's.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. In the snows of Kilimanjaro, Ernest Hemingway writes, he had destroyed his talent by not using it, by betrayals of himself and what he believed in, by drinking so much that he blunted the edge of his perceptions, by laziness, by sloth, and by snobbery, by pride and by prejudice, by the hook and by crook. One of the things that makes life worthwhile is using our talents and abilities to bless others and make a difference in this world. We're here for a short time, friends. Make the most of it. Double B supports all hard-working Arkansans who are contributing to the common good. Our 34 locations across the state are here to help you make a quick pit stop so you can take care of business. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
In Arkansas, cancers of the lung, breast, prostate, and colon are the leading cause of cancer deaths. Yet simple screenings can save lives, helping doctors find and treat cancer early. If you have a family history of cancer, you need to start screenings even earlier, because cancer screenings can never come too soon, only too late. To learn more, visit cancer.uams.edu. Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and UAMS.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral.
What's trending in the world of sports is sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansas with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
All right, we already got one World Cup game underway and finished as Japan goes down 2-1. Yesterday, we had Canada and South Africa.
In Schaffelberg, play by Ocon on the strike from Yusaki. It is Canada who are through to the last 16 of the FIFA World Cup for the very first time.
How about that history for Canada? Not only making it into the knockout stage, but winning and moving on. Baseball highlights for you, Nationals, Orioles.
This one hit well out to right center. Beavers chasing after it. Into the gap. It's out of here! Luis Garcia Jr. with his 5th home run in his last 6 ball games. He's driven in 4 of the Nationals' 5 runs here today. One of the hottest hitters in Major League Baseball. And it's 5-2 Washington. Like that. Another laser. Out to right and out of here. Or did it stay in play? Second base umpire Alex Tosi said it stayed in play. That looked like it left the yard. Cade Cavalli thinks so as well. The Nationals can ask for a crew chief review here. I thought it cleared the wall and then hit off the back wall, which would be a home run.
Yeah, hit the back wall.
That's a homer.
This is the crew chief review for a possible home run.
That sure looks like Luis Garcia Jr.'s 11th home run in the month of June and his 6th in his last 6 games.
Yeah, it should be a homer.
That's a home run.
110 off the bat.
The call's overturned. It is a home run.
Luis Garcia Jr. does it again.
Nationals win. Little controversy, not much, but they win 6-4. Phillies, Mets.
Fly ball right center field. Going back on it is Ewing. Back toward the track to the wall. It is gone! 2-run home run Schwarber. He's given the Phillies the lead. He's the first to 30 home runs this year, and he's the fastest Philly to 30 home runs in the season. It's a 5-4 game.
That was your final. Angels, A's.
That one is blasted down the right field line, and it is gone! His first career grand slam.
Angels win it 4-1 thanks to that grand slam. How about the Guardians and Mariners?
Left field, deep down the line. Fair ball in the corner. Quan scores the go-ahead run. DeWatter's going to be waved home. Here's the throw to the plate. He is out. And the ball came loose. He's safe. He's safe. 6-4 Guardians.
They hold on to win 6-5. That was a huge play right there. Cubs, Brewers in extra innings.
Line drive, left field, base hit, Sonny Suzuki. 1-run scores, bobbled and left. 2-run score, and it's 4-1 Cubs.
They hold on to win it 4-3 in 10. Astros, Tigers in extra innings.
Delgado gets into one deep to right field. Raynel Delgado's first extra base hit in the major leagues is a 2-run home run. Astros take advantage of the extra out. They're down by 1 here in the 7th. That ball drilled high and deep to left field. Christian Walker with a 3-run home run, and the Astros lead it by 4. Second career home run for Seawalker against Kenley Jansen. 7-3 lead.
And they hold on to win it 7-5 in 10 innings. And we got the Red Sox and Yankees also in extra innings.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Number 2,000 in the career of Sonny Gray. Line to right. Nobody home. The Red Sox somehow find a way against the Yankees.
They win it 5-4 in 10.
NFL news, Chris Johnson, former NFL running back, has revealed he has ALS. He had 6 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons, and including a 2,000-yard rushing season. 40 years old, just had a sit-down interview with Michael Strahan, revealed he has ALS.
Couldn't talk. Was having to use the eye movement to signify and pick the words that he wanted to say. It's sad. Sad deal. I think Chris Johnson's speed right away. Man, that dude could fly.
Yep.
Bill Ingram's in the studio hanging out with us. I wanted to ask you about Davion Thompson. This is the 2027 guy that committed to Arkansas about a week and a half ago, and there is rumors or discussion of him reclassifying. We talked to Richard Davenport of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, and he said that after talking with the family, they're going to announce after Peach Jam if he's going to reclassify or not. Said he really wanted to finish out the summer with his team and finish with his teammates before deciding if he's going to reclassify. Hey, what does that say about the young man that – I mean, because I would think if I'm Calipari and he's going to reclassify, I want him on the campus right now.
Well, you know, Wes, in this day and age, it could – from being out there on that circuit and being around some of these guys and hearing some of the stuff you hear – no, if I hear something like that, my first thought gonna be, I'm gonna go play in whatever, Peach Jam, 3SSB, see if I can drive my stock up.
That's what I thought too.
That's my first.
But you've already signed. You
committed.
I mean, you committed. You've got your school.
You haven't signed. You committed. And
go play awesome, and then maybe somebody comes back and says, "Hey, well, instead of giving you this amount, we're willing to raise it to this now."
Right, and we want you definitely to reclass. Most of the time when guys start talking about reclassing, they reclass. I mean, go back and check the history. 90% of these guys, 95% of them start talking about reclassing, they're going to reclass. My thought because, my thought process, and this kid may be genuine, want to finish the the summer basketball out with his team. But when you become a 5-star and you get to that point, it becomes more of a business to you. So, and I'm sure this kid loves to play. I've seen him play before. He's fun to watch. He can do multiple things. He's, like I say, he's a 5-star. But most of the time when these guys start talking about reclassing, they're going to reclass. And that's that would be I'm just telling you, that's how I feel about it from, and I would say, I've been around a lot of it. I've been around a lot of summer basketball over the last 35 years of my life. I watch it change. I watch it go through different periods. And I would think if somebody would come and tell me that, well, listen, I want to play in July and finish July out. But I'm thinking about reclassing with the NIL at stake, with NIL the way it is now. Like, okay, if I go and have a great Peach Jam, I can drive my stock up. So hey, somebody come in and say, like, you know what? Hey, if you're going to reclass, we'll pay you this amount. Okay, well, if that person going to pay me this amount, let me say it to my other guy, I'll match it. But that's what I see. Could be wrong. Maybe, and, been wrong before. But when I hear stuff like that, at this point, that's what I think about.
We shouldn't count him as a Razorback just yet.
No,
until he signs that paperwork.
Until he signs that paperwork. Oh, yeah, no question. No question. Because if it was just about, okay, money not involved, and it's just about, developing a relationship, Coach Cal going to win 99% of those because the guy, he's a great relationship guy. It's obvious what did it for me with him as far as his relationship, which I always knew he was a great relationship guy. But when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he had that many players come to that induction, that tell you everything you need to know about a guy in this relationship, because if players don't like you, they're not coming to nothing special for you. Most of the time when they get through playing with you, and they don't feel like you like them, they don't like whatever, they're done. Especially these guys, he got this going on to the NBA, guy having great NBA careers. Their time is valuable. So if they're taking the time out to come show up for something like that, most of them have to take private planes and all that kind of stuff, then they really have a great relationship with that guy. So when I witnessed that, I was like, which I always knew, but that was like the icing on the cake for me as far as the relationship. So if it's about relationships, then yeah, he gonna win, but it's not about relationships now. It's about relationships and money.
What kind of player is he? Davion Thompson.
From what I've seen, he can play the point, shoots the ball very well, can get his shot off the dribble. Long, wiry guy. The dude can play. Hey, the guy can ball. So if he come in, then he gonna get some minutes from some. He gonna get some minutes, and most of the time, he listed as a 5-star. These 5-star guys start talking about it. Just go back and look at the history. They start talking about reclass. They probably gonna reclass.
All of a sudden, we were counting during the break if Davion Thompson reclassifies. That could be 9 guys in the rotation. You got Jordan Smith, Jeremiah Wilkinson, and Davion Thompson, kind of as your primarily ball handlers, shooting guards, combo guards. Then you got Billy Richmond, J.J. Andrews, Abdou Toure, kind of manning that 2-3-4 spot. Then you got Mika Murinen at the 4. Then you got Bowers and Frolov at the 5. That's 9 guys. And we don't know anything about Paulo Sameda, if he's, what kind of steps he's made, if he's ready to play in the SEC, or that Meeper Maker. Did you know anything about Meeper Maker? So we don't know any. I'm not even counting those guys.
Yeah.
So that's 9 guys. And they hosted that Aurier, or however you say his name, Aurier, out of Canada this weekend, a 7-footer that's 2027 that's talking about reclassifying.
Yeah.
But he also is visiting like a who's who. It's like Arkansas, UConn, Kentucky. It's, still ways to go on that guy. But anyway, that's 9 guys. We haven't seen that out of Calipari at Arkansas.
Yeah, because normally he played 7 or 8 last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's most teams you see now in college basketball playing 7, 8. The good teams that you see, they playing 7, 8 guys. slide down to 9 sometime. But normally, when if you get a guy like Billy Richmond, he probably gonna play 35, 38 minutes a game. If normally when you bringing these guys like him that went in and got himself out there and saw where he stood with the pros and kind of went back and forth. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna come. He normally, if he's healthy, he normally gonna play a lot of minutes. So that's almost like you got a guy playing 35 minutes. That's like 2 spots. And I know he plays hard and reckless, but a guy he probably gonna take up a lot of minutes. From watching the young man, what's his name,
Mika Moorinen.
Yeah, watching that guy. I mean, like I said, I only watched him on tape like everybody else. The guy he looked fantastic. So, you don't know the type of competition he was playing against, but just looking at some of the stuff he was doing was just unbelievable. So you got guys like that. That guy look really talented. So you get a couple of guys that's playing heavy minutes, then that start cutting your numbers down big time. So 9 seems like, the 9th guy on a lot of these teams seems like that man he's the out man, unless someone get hurt or something. Because normally these teams are playing 7, 8 players. That's what they're going to now. So they got 9. You see how it fall out, but that probably means somebody out of that 9, that 9th man not going to play that much. That's what it sounds like.
Paul Biancardi told me last week, he's like, if Mika Moorinen comes to campus and develops and works on his weaknesses, he's a top 10 pick next year.
Well, he would know. He's witnessed and seen enough of them, so he would know. I guarantee you, though, we all missed on the young man from Illinois that got drafted.
Wagler.
The Wagler that got drafted, what was he, 5?
Yeah.
So we missed on that guy, but hey, if Ben Cardi, I would definitely trust his judgment.
Yeah, that Mikael Brown that went 6 to the Nets. A lot of people said that he made his money and helped convince the Nets the way he playing for Team USA. Not so much what he did at Louisville, but what he did in the summer before.
Well, listen, now I got a lot of experience with dealing with him. I know his dad. We played them a couple times. Wes, that dude is real. Now we played him one year. We played them 2-3 years ago, and him and Mikael Brown and VJ Eskrom that played for the Sixers on the same team. Believe it or not, we beat them. But I'm telling you, Mikael Brown was the best player. And we seen VJ. VJ was the 4th pick of the draft. His rookie year in the NBA was great. I don't know where they come up with this stuff about Mikael. Mikael Brown is a player. Listen, that dude is real. He's 6'5". Now I know he has some injury issues.
Back injury.
Yeah, but the dude is a player. That guy, if that guy stay healthy, that guy's going to be very good in the NBA.
Yeah, somebody on draft night said that the covering Team USA that summer, he wasn't the MVP of Team USA, but everybody on that team would tell you Mikael Brown was the MVP of that team.
Yeah, he can play. He's a player.
Where are you off to? Houston?
Bryant.
Isn't that right outside of Houston?
Right outside College Station.
College Station, Bryan, yeah.
Yeah, we're actually staying in College Station and playing in Bryan, but they're like Little Rock and North Little Rock.
Yeah.
Like right next to each other. So we'll be down there, and then we'll, from the 7th through the 13th, and then we'll leave there and drive to Houston, go jump on the plane, fly to Charlotte, get off the plane in Charlotte, grab some vans, and drive to Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is only about 30 minutes from Charlotte. So then we'll be in Rock Hill till like the 24th. So we got to stretch.
College coaches are allowed at these tournaments?
Evaluators of both events.
So time for some of these guys to open some eyes.
And we had some guys open some eyes in the spring. I had mentioned like Brian Cal Jr. that's at Benton.
Yeah.
He got offered from Arkansas Little Rock. We got a lot of calls on him. It'll be a lot of coaches in Bryant and in South Carolina watching him. So we got some guys. We just a lot of these guys. It's going to be a coming out party for them. So that's what it's all about, though.
It's And they're freshmen, sophomores, a couple juniors?
Yeah,
Or
we
how
got
old?
our best players are all freshmen and sophomores. Yeah, 15s and 16s are our best group. So, and now with the landscape changing where you got the 5 years, which I'm so glad they got that worked out. That was one of the things that I was hoping that they could, get right. Some of the other stuff I don't agree with, but I agree with that 100%, that letting 25, 28, 29, it was one guy 29 playing college basketball, and then you got another guy out here playing this 18. Come on, man. That's too much. But I'm glad that they got that part straightened out, because the 5 years will make it a little bit more valuable for the high school guy, because his value had gone down with the way they were doing now, and they letting guys get all these waivers, and plus you're going against the transfer portal anyway every year.
It's a start, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a start.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk a little UAPB basketball. Solomon Bozeman will join us. Erica Leak will join us. They have a big event coming up. Details next. It's Out of Bounds.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Maumelle exit.
This is Sports Center.
After some drama last night in the Travelers Championship, Victor Hovland beat the world number 1 Scotty Scheffler on the first playoff hole this morning. After Scheffler made an 8-foot par putt in almost darkness last night to force the playoff, Hovland won it today with a 7-foot birdie putt to win the tournament and the $3.6 million payout at 21 under par. And in Major League Baseball, Conway native Jordan Wicks got the save for the Chicago Cubs last night in his first game since May 31st. He pitched a scoreless inning in the bottom of the 10th and got a bases-loaded 5-4-3 double play to earn the save and give the Cubs an extra inning win over their division rival, Milwaukee Brewers. I am Moose for the Buzz Radio Network.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
It's Justin Acri for Kaufman by Design West. I'm here with Ruben, and there's big news out at Kaufman. Ruben, tell me why Toro mowers are such a great addition to what you guys have to offer.
Toro's been around for 100 years. When it comes to rider comfortability, they've introduced the MyRide suspension, where it really is like riding on cloud. Superior cut quality, even cuts. This is a mower that can stick with you for a very long time.
If you want to make your outdoor space look great, Kaufman by Design West has got you covered, now including Toro mowers. Check them out at 14900 Cantrell Road or online at kaufmanlumber.com.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and if you've been putting off that painting project, now's the time. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with CertaPro Painters and get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. I've used CertaPro Painters on several projects over the years, and the process could not have been easier. Great communication, professional crews, and they treated my home with care. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Whether it's inside or out, let freedom and fresh paint ring. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
We got the big deals at the Big Lot.
Summer is here at the Big Lot. If you need a truck or an SUV for the lake this summer, maybe a Jeep for some off-road fun, come see us at the Big Lot.
Folks, we have a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles starting at under $20,000, and our banks work with any credit situation.
You can buy with zero down, and our lenders love saying yes. So come see us at the Big Lot at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alcoa Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram. Southern Bank presents Family Feud on 103.7 The Buzz. Tune in to Morning Mayhem Tuesday mornings for your chance to play with Justin Moore, David, and Roger. Family Feud on Morning Mayhem. Visit bankwithsouthern.com to take advantage of their great deposit rates and outstanding loan service.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Wes Moore. He's Joe Franklin. We got Bill Ingram hanging out in the studio with us. And we got Erica Leak on the phone line hanging out with us. What's up, Coach? How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
Man,
thanks for having me.
I couldn't do any better. I'm blessed. I am blessed. You guys, how are y'all? I mean, how's the team looking?
Oh, we're looking good. Actually, Coach Solomon Bozeman is also on the line. But our team is looking great. You know, we'll get started back next week, and everybody will be on campus. We have a great deal of returners returning, which is foreign in this climate. So we're happy to have all of our starters except one to come back.
Coach Ingram and I were just talking about that during the break, how tough it is for you guys. You know, you get some good players, and next thing you know, they're going to be off and hitting the portal and going somewhere and trying to get some NIL money. That's got to be one of the most difficult things for you guys.
It is, but, you know, I think we've established a culture of I don't want to leave. And so, you know, we had the SWAC Newcomer of the Year in India Bowen, and she could have went anywhere, but she decided to stay. Same with our point guard, Jayla Pelly, Kanaya Gardner, our forward, and Jasmine Davis. I think all of them would have had a great opportunity if they would have gotten into the portal, but they decided to stay. So we're really happy about that.
Coach Bozeman, how's the men's team looking? What kinds of changes and what kind of returners do you have coming back?
Man, we pretty much lost everything. We returned 3 guys that red-shirted. We had an older team, but the 3 guys that are red-shirted that I'm excited about were Jay Sean Hayes from Arkansas, and then Harrison Pickett. He's another kid from Arkansas, and then a kid named Jamari Hamilton Brown. Those are the 3 guys that are returning. But we got a whole new team. I'm excited about our roster. With that transfer portal and the fact that we were just an older team this year, got us. Had a couple guys leave and go to bigger schools. Malone Charles went to FAU. He got paid some really good money. And then Trayvon Payton, he left and went to Bradley, and he got some really good NIL as well. So excited for those guys that left our program and, you know, were able to go make life-changing money for their family.
Coach, that's got to be, I guess, bittersweet. Is that the best way to describe it? Because you'd love to have them back, but you're happy for them. And, I mean, you put the work, you found them, and you develop them, and then they're off. And it's got to be tough, no matter what you do.
It's honestly a blessing, man, that our staff was able to put in work with these guys and help develop them and put them in situations where they could be successful to go make life-changing money for their family, man. So, for me, man, it's a blessing, man. It's easier to kind of sell. Not saying it's easy to get that, get talent in here because it's not easy, but you at least got something to sell to your new recruits that you're bringing in. That this guy left and was able to go make 6 figures, and this guy left and was able to make 6 figures. So that's kind of how we recruit, man. We just kind of look at it as we're getting these guys for 1 year, and then they'll be gone to their next school. We kind of look at it as like a JUCO now, and that's just kind of the way it is.
Coming up in a little over a month, something exciting there, UAPB, Built For It celebrity basketball game. Who are some of the celebrities that are involved?
Archie Goodwin, That went to Kentucky, Arkansas guy. Played 4 seasons in the NBA. He'll be in attendance. Daryl Macon, former Razorback that played a couple seasons in the NBA. He'll be in attendance. Ray John Tucker, that played at Little Rock, that played in the NBA for a couple seasons. He'll be in attendance as well. Jarvis Bernardo, former NBA champion, he'll be here. And then we also have Caleb Higgins, guard out of Pine Bluff, Kadarius Baggett, guard out of Pine Bluff. Those 2 guys that could really, that are really guys that have made it out of Pine Bluff. So we wanted to bring those guys in just to, show love to the community, man. Those guys that made it out of Pine Bluff, they embrace the struggle and they put Pine Bluff on their back. So we're excited about those guys that are in attendance. Cheryl Ford, WNBA champion, she'll be here as a guest coach. Scotty Thurman, former Razorback legend, will be here as a guest coach. And then U.S. Reed, he'll be here as a guest coach as well. So we're excited about everybody that we have coming. Former UAPB player Sean Doss, that went to the NBA pre-draft camp. Marcel Mosley, R.J. Glassford. I coached him at Oral Roberts. He's an Arkansas guy as well. So we're excited about the list of people that we got coming. Keon Williams, Dr. Bradley, they also play here. So we're excited about the list that we have coming, and can't wait for these guys to put on the show for the crowd.
And I also want to add, it's not only former basketball players. We also have an NFL player who we are really excited to have, and that's Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. So I know that's a name that many football fans know, and he will also be in attendance.
Is he playing basketball? Is he going to be part of the game?
He is playing basketball. He thinks he can play a little basketball, so we're going to see about that.
Eric and Solomon, let me ask y'all this. What is y'all main purpose for putting on this event? Like I said, I think it's a wonderful idea, but I know you guys have a goal and a purpose. So what is your main purpose for putting on this event?
Well, the purpose of the celebrity basketball game is really to unite the community, through sports, entertainment, and service, while creating opportunities to inspire and empower and really give back to, the kids in the community and surrounding areas. This event is also designed to get the community leaders involved. We want to make a positive and impactful experience that promotes community with pride and mentorship, education, and wellness. I just think it's so awesome for the children in the community to interact with these players who have just made it to the ultimate level. They can be inspired. And, we feel as though if we could change one kid's life by them being in the arena, watching, slam dunks and awesome plays, it may inspire them to, work hard and have determination, and they can also do it. It also highlights UAPB men and women's basketball in our programs. Coach Solomon, Coach Bozeman, and I have had coming off a great season. We were in the Final Four going into last year at the end in March, but we just want to highlight our program. We're doing some great things, establishing a great culture. We have some great student athletes on our teams, and we just want it to be a fun for so many of us. And so we're just looking forward to it. I think it's first of many. We're going to I'm trying to bring in some AAU teams to play before the celebrity game and highlight those young men and women who are working hard to get to the next level. So it's going to be a great day.
Save the date. It is Saturday, August 1st there at H.O. Clemens Arena. What about tickets? How do we get those?
Tickets, you can go to UAPBLionsRoar.com. We have general admission tickets, and we also have courtside seats available. So you want to get a little close to the celebs, you can spend a little bit more money and purchase a courtside seat.
Coach Bozeman, I was talking with Coach Ingram before you guys came on. I got to wonder, have you ever pulled a guy from the game for lack of defense and made him do some defensive slides behind the bench until you thought he was ready to get back into the game?
No, I haven't done that one, but I remember a time I had to do that during the AAU game before, man. So, but I've never done that.
Did it work? Did it pay off?
It definitely paid off.
He signed with South Florida. He signed with South Florida.
I had a pretty good career, man, but that day changed my life, man. I'd never forget it. The day, Bill took me out because I wasn't guarding on defense, and he made me do defensive slides behind the bench. So after about 5 slides down and back, I stopped and I looked at him. I said, "Man, I'm done." And he looked at me and said, "Man, keep sliding." So I did defensive slides for about 3 minutes, and then he subbed me right back in the game, man. We never had that problem again.
So that's where you get it from, Solo.
That's where I get it from. If anybody wants to know, where I get it from, man, Bill, he put it in me.
I think it worked. Maybe something you guys can try sometime.
Man, he was a great player for me, man. He's one of our better players in the program. Solomon always gave me 100%, and I knew if I could do that with him, then that would make the other guys be more intense on playing defense because he was our best player then. So I knew if I could pull that off with him, and I knew if he would, he would do it. But I tell you what though, he was great for us, man. He played, and actually we were in North Carolina in the Dean Dome. We were playing in Chapel Hill in a tournament called the Bob Gibbons Invitational, and I tell you, man, I loved him playing for us. So he's one of our better players ever in our program.
Hey, real quick, we just got some breaking news. A breaking news alert. Ja Morant. I love it since I got a couple coaches on here. Ja Morant traded to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant. Wow. Initial reaction, coaches. What do you think?
Wow. I hate to see him out of Memphis, so. But.
Yeah, that's different. That's two small guards. With John Morant and Dame, but they're electrifying guards. So if anybody can pull it off, those two can, because those dudes really work on their game and their craft. So I just want to see John Morant, get back to himself, and because he's been, the community, everybody around the country loves him. So I just want to see him get back to himself. I pretty much, know Dame is going, take him. I expect both of those guys have a great year.
Surprised Jeremy Grant going to Memphis.
And Chris Murray. I just saw that also.
Because Jeremy Grant is a veteran, and I thought they were trying to start over, with all young guys, but I guess you need one veteran on there, or he may not be finished moving.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised Jeremy Grant is a part of that, or he's going to Memphis, but you never know.
Well, there you go.
This makes you wonder because I think they have Ja Morant, Dame Lillard, and Drew Holiday.
Yep.
I think all three of those guys are on that Portland roster now. So it's
three pretty good guards.
Yeah, that's three really good guards.
Pretty wild. Well, we figured it was going to happen, just didn't know when, and it just happened. So wanted to pass that along. Coaches, that was awesome. That was so much fun to have you on. Best of luck. August 1st, save the date, 3 o'clock, H.O. Clemens Arena. Best of luck to you, and obviously we'll be talking with you between now and the season begins. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is Erica Leak and Solomon Bozeman joining us on Out of Bounds.
Two of the good ones.
Tell you what, they're lucky to have them right now.
Yep.
Last year was a step in the right direction. Hopefully this year it's another step in the right direction and got something going on at UAPB. We'll take a break, come back, final segment. Stick around. This is Out of Bounds.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our American dream is ice cream. Red, White, and Bluebell is our strawberry ice cream loaded with strawberries, alongside creamy vanilla and blueberry ice cream with real blueberries. A full half-gallon of red, white, and blue ice cream. Feel free to celebrate.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters and neighborhood markets.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available right here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built for soccer fans. Because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading to the bench. Well, not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with a substitute player. So whether the action happens early, late, or deep into stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
On Thursday, join Morning Mayhem as they kick off 4th of July weekend the same way they do every year, live from Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore on Colonel Glenn. As you know, there's always fireworks on the buzz, so it makes sense to broadcast from West Little Rock's go-to place for fireworks, including those commercial show quality cakes and artillery shells that everyone loves. Happens this Thursday from Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts.
Wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whoever you are. Hey, hey, I told ya, riding with my top down and my jury on. Hey, I'm just getting my hood on. I'm just doing my thing. I'm just doing my thing. Hey, 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 hey. I said I'm riding with my top down and my jury on. Hey, I'm just getting my hood on. I'm in the hood bouncing, spray it like a fountain, money like a mountain. Tell me why you pouting, I know why you pouting, cause we getting paper. Hey, tell them again, nigga, we getting that paper. I'm in the hood top down, with my jury on me. I got my goons on me. I get them off me. I shake them haters off me. Get them off me. I shake them off me. Is you with me? My bitch, is you with me? If you got a problem, a sucker, come and get me. Get me. Y'all know my name.
Back at it, Westmore, Joe Franklin, Bill Ingram hanging out with us, and we're wrapping it up. It's been a great day. Thank you for joining us for Out of Bounds. Got a comment here that you can address on the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Somebody was asking, Bill, do you think getting Davion hurts our chances of getting Beckham Black since they both play the point?
Probably. Because they look at that kind of, kids look at that kind of stuff because they trying to figure out a lot of these, especially these 5-star guys, where they trying to figure out the quickest way they can get to the NBA. Now, getting NIL does help. That's changed the landscape. Make no mistake about that. But most of these guys, these 5-star guys, they trying to figure out the quickest way they can get to the NBA. And if they're playing with another 5-star guard, that could hurt. I'm not saying it could help, but it could hurt. That could hurt that because you might not be getting as many minutes as you'll be getting if you're on a team that you clearly better than all the rest of the guards they have. Like Acuff last year. I mean, who could we put in that was comparable to Acuff last year? He was clearly the best guard on Arkansas team, especially point guard.
Yeah.
Clearly, I mean, even though we had DJ Wagner, he was clearly the best, so he got all the minutes. And that's what guys are looking for a lot of times. They're not looking to go somewhere where they got to maybe share minutes with somebody.
Yeah, team up and be a great combo.
I mean, it's
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's just they playing two different positions. You might be able to sell it, but if they playing the same position, that's a tough sell.
Could Davion Thompson, does he have the potential to be a one and done to where you're not even worrying about that? If he reclassifies, comes to Arkansas, has a good year, has he got that kind of potential?
I think so. I think he has that kind of potential.
So then that may be what they're selling Anthony Black. Beckham Black.
Yeah, I think he has that kind of potential to be a one and done. Think about it. If you're playing for Cal, every guard is going to be – that's going to be a consideration.
Well, they just had 2 one and dones.
Yeah, they just had 2 one and dones. Now, one did go to the second round, which, I was kicking myself for him going to like, dude, you could have been back here playing and been the guy, and ain't no question you could have played your way in the first round. So sometimes it doesn't work out like you plan it sometimes. That doesn't mean he's going to go to the NBA and be a great player. I think I'm shocked that guy really slipped to the second round because I thought that guy was a first-round talent. But you think about it, what he's potentially – because this guy can go out – Malik Thompson go out and get you 40. This guy could potentially been a top 5 draft pick next year. You can't make up number 5 and number 30-something. You can't make up that kind of money. You can't make it up. I mean, you can't – I don't care what you do. That's $30 or $40 million. You can't make that up. So I hate that for him, but hopefully, the next – because anytime West, I would say this, just anytime they start flirting with, late 20s, I'm going to be the 25th, 26th, 27th. But you got to look at that because a lot of times those guys like that slide to the second round. So if it ain't that, you in that top 18, man, it's time to reshuffle those cards and look at it. And now you get money in it. You get NIL, so it's definitely, to me, it ain't that big of a risk as far as what the payout could have been for him.
What we say his contract was going to be, Joe? It was like 5 years, potential 15 million. He's going to make $3 million next year as a rookie at 32 or 34. The projected slot value for 34. So I mean,
that's not bad. But I'm just saying, what if you number 5
next year?
What's number 5 making? About 50 over that 3 or 4 years. I bet it's around 50 million. Anyway, it's water under the bridge, but. I just wish I wanted him to stay because I think that would have made us an elite team.
Now, were you wanting him to stay as a fan, or as do you think that would have been the wise decision as if he was your son?
Both. If he was my son, no, it wouldn't. And you getting NIL money, it wouldn't even been a question. Like, dude, you in the 20s. That's not even a guaranteed contract. You not, and I know some second round contracts are guaranteed, but most of them are not. You in the 20s, or it'd be different if I say, okay, you in the 20s, and you probably could work your way up to maybe 18, 50. But this guy with his scoring ability and the way he can light it up, he could have gone, I think, from 30s. He might have very worked his way up until 7 or 8 or somewhere up in there because, this dude and he can be a two-way guy.
The one thought that I thought was a good selling point for Calipari was two things. Look at the Missouri game, how we used you when Acuff was out. You were the guy. Look at the shots you got, the points you put up. That could be you next year every game.
Great
and
point.
2, this draft class was awesome. This was one of the best in years.
Great point.
Next year's draft class, not nearly as touted.
Listen.
We don't know how it's going to work out, but right now on paper, it looks like a much weaker class where just by comparing the drafts, you go from 34 to you might just have the same year and be 17 because the depth next year is not there.
Big difference in money. And think about right now on that too early to tell draft, they got Tyron Stokes as the number 1 player. I like that kid, but I wasn't even sure if he's the number 1 player in the country in high school.
Mm-hmm.
They got him ranked number 1 right now in the NBA pre number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so that tell you right there it's wide open. It's wide open. And for a guy like him, man, ain't no way that ain't no telling where he would end up with the thing because he has. And then, of course, I'm sure over a year he would have grown some in different aspects of his game. But he was already a walking bucket from the very beginning, and he had length and athleticism where he could turn into a great defender.
Well, Bill, the other side of it is sometimes you bet on yourself, and it worked out for Austin Reeves. So not saying that it's the same situation at all, but you see players bet on themselves, and that's what Malik did in this situation.
Yeah, but it's also good sometimes to take the safe bet. But hey, listen, I wanted to ask you about that, Wes, about the Lakers. So, I'm sure we all happy for Austin Reeves since he's an Arkansas guy and he got that kind of and he got the money he got. Have any team that you can remember, ever won a championship with their 2 lead guards challenged defensively? With both of them challenged defensively.
No.
Have you ever name me one? Because I was having this argument with my brother because he's a Laker hater. So I was having this argument with him, and he was like, "Man, y'all better than y'all were last year." I said, "I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, pick out an NBA team that's won the championship." I would love to ask Joe Klein this question because Joe's knowledge is off the charts, especially with the NBA. That's won a championship and got 2 lead guards challenged defensively.
They better have some rim protectors.
And that's
So
what they're
that a
working.
yes or no answer?
That's what they're working on. That's their biggest deficiency. They need some bigs.
What Ayton say today?
Keeping Ayton, he's staying.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He opted in.
That's terrible too. They need
He's not a
trade.
rim defender.
Yeah, they need to trade him as soon as possible.
Bill, thank you.
Man, I enjoyed it.
This was fun. It was a good Monday. Helped us get through this Monday. Coming up tomorrow, Coach Z will join us. Talk a little Razorback hoops with him. Hope y'all have a great night. Stick around, though. Drive Time Sports is next.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of